Hey y'all, Halfmilesniper here, and we are back on the range today. We're going to do a little bit more 6.5 PRC testing with the US869 and 147 grain ELDs. Last time out we exceeded the load data book max of 66.3. We went to 66.5. Had a nice group, broke 2,800 feet per second. And today, well, maybe a short video. We'll see. We're going to shoot 66.6, 66.7, 66.8, and possibly 66.9. So sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. Alrighty, so we got our target set up. We're back to the small band of cardboard. Got 4 dots, 66.6 on the left, going to 66.9 on the right. I don't know that we're going to get 66.9. Reason being, and I failed to tell y'all in the last video on the US869, that 66.5 was lightly compressed. 666 through 669 are increasingly compressed. We may start seeing some pressure signs, and as soon as I start seeing some pressure signs, we're going to stop shooting because we don't want to have a gun violently disassociate on us. So let me get the target camera set up. We'll hump back to the shooting line and get this going. As we're humping back to the shooting line, it was a little bit cool this morning. It was like 29 degrees when I left the house. It's warmed up to like 45-ish now, and in the sunshine it's real nice. But of course, back at the 100-yard line, I'm in the shade. I may put my jacket back on, but it was nice in the sun. Alrighty, get one quick shot of coffee to warm my innards. I know there was at least one lady that watched that didn't particularly like the fact that I drank coffee while I was shooting, but hey, I needed it. Okay, target camera's on. Chronograph is on. I think we'll be centered over the chronograph. We will be starting with 66.6 grains of US869, pushing the 147 grain ELD. Again, these are now compressed loads. So I'm going to be watching very closely for pressure signs. And for those that don't know, compressed load means as the bullet's pushing into the case, it's actually compacting the powder together. I don't particularly like building compressed loads myself, but there's some valid compressed loads out there. Okay, 66.6 on the left-hand dot. And again, those dots are about 3/8 of an inch and are only an aiming point.
2906.
2906. Let's take a close look at this case. No heavy bolt lift. The case is not hot. Primer is not flat, and we have less soot. Means we're starting to actually seal that case neck in the throat.
2857.
2857.
2,843.
Wow, what happened there? No heavy bolt lift, no heat, no ejector swipe. I don't know, did I jump the trigger on that one? I didn't feel it. Let's see what our average was 28.68, our extreme spread was 63, standard deviation 27. 66.5 had a better spread and deviation, although it was just barely over 2,800 feet, but it also gave us a really good group. We had a little bit of ejector swipe on one case, so we will continue and we will try 66.7. Okay, 66.7, we'll shoot that on the second one, second dot. 66.7 US869.
2,859.
2859. Bolt's a little heavier, but not heavy. No swelling at the case. Primer's not flat. Just the slightest of ejector mark.
$2,841.
2841.
$2,870.
2870. I think I ruined a good group. Brass is still coming out cool. Not seeing any pressure yet. Yeah, I think I ruined a good group on that one. That third shot, I think I helped the trigger a little bit. Okay, our 3-shot average is 2856. Our extreme spread is 29, and our standard deviation is 12. Okay. Alrighty, so we are going to continue on. Since we're not seeing any pressure signs yet, just rechecking the primers, making sure they're not flattened. And several people on the last go when we exceeded book max thought that 66.8 would probably be the best shooting. Well, we will find out here. 66.8 will be on the third dot. Be on the third dot that's marked 66.8.
$2,859.
2859.
$2,835.
2835.
$2,807.
2807. Interesting, our velocity is dropping again. Still getting just the slightest bit of ejector mark, but no other signs of pressure. So our 3-shot average was 2833, our extreme spread 52, and our standard deviation was 21. Big question is, will 66.9 increase our speed or decrease our speed a little bit more? Okay, it's still a nice cool day. Barrel is just slightly warm. We're going to go ahead and get this these last 3 shot. Well, we'll try shooting the last 3. We'll see what happens. This will be 66.9 grains of US869, pushing the 147 grain ELD. Make sure we're over the chronograph.
2,833.
2833. That flattened the primer. Well, hang on. I'm going to reclassify that. It's not a flattened primer. It's a flat, slightly flat primer. They're still rounding at the edges. It's not filling the primer pocket. I compared it back to a different piece of brass.
$2,855.
2855.
$2,856.
2856. And that is a wild group. Alrighty. Our average was 2848. Our extreme spread was 23 feet per second. And our standard deviation was 11 feet per second. Numbers were better, but .9 did not work at all. It's a horrible group. As far as exceeding the book max, 66.5 seemed to do the best. 66.7 has a little potential because I may have jerked the trigger. I'm not sure. But I'm going to go get the target. We'll be right back. Alrighty, US869, pushing the 147 ELD. 666 gave us 2 touching and 1 way off to the side. Not real happy with that. 667, we got 2 touching, 1 here. Overall group's going to be just under an inch, I think, or right at an inch. 66.8, looks like it's just under an inch as well. 66.9, we didn't get a whole lot of juice for the squeeze as we came up. Our pressure, our velocities didn't increase much. So the 2 most likely candidates be 66.7 and 66.5, because 66.5 shot pretty well. I'll have to measure these when we get back to the house. Okay, y'all, now that we're home with the US869 and 147 grain ELDs, 66.6 gave us a 1.32 inch group. I didn't feel that. I don't know. I might have jerked the trigger a little bit, but that was the last shot, and it went up and gave us a big group. 66.7 gave us a 0.804 inch group. Not too bad. 66.5 was still our best group, I believe. And that one was just over 2,800 feet per second. This was about 2,850. 66.8. Some guess that it would be probably the best group. Well, I think it's the second best, and it's still about 2850, and it gave us a .693 inch group. And lastly, 66.9 gave us a .995, almost a full inch. Alrighty, y'all. I think that does it for our experimentation with US869 and exceeding the max load data. 66.5 shot well, gave us a little over 2,800 feet per second, which is respectable. 66.6 gave us a first shot that popped over 2,900, but from 66.6 to 66.9, I don't think we really gained a whole lot of velocity. We stayed in the about 2850-ish range. 66.7 shot okay. I may have pushed or helped the trigger a little bit. 66.8 shot a triangle, and 66.9 shot a triangle, but I think those are going to end up being hard on the brass in the long run. I got a little bit of thinking to do on that and figure out if I want to keep pursuing any US869 and then see if I can stretch it out beyond 100 yards. But we didn't pull a Kentucky ballistics. We did not have our gun violently disassociate on us. We progressed safely and sanely, and we are not going to go any higher. With all that being said, I really appreciate y'all hanging with me. I got a little bit cool, put my jacket back on, but as the shirt says, stay strapped or get clapped. Carry everywhere you can. Get a CCW if you need one. If you're in a constitutional carry state, no reason not to be carrying. Get a CCW though. You may travel. Not everybody recognizes constitutional carry. Blue states are trying harder and harder and harder to take your rights away and turn you into a criminal. Don't let the criminals win. I really appreciate y'all hanging with me. Hope y'all had some fun. I had a little bit of fun today. Learned a little bit. Gave myself some stuff to think about. And we'll come back when I figure out what I want to do next, and we'll bring you along with me. I really appreciate y'all hanging with me and hanging out in the premieres and the chats and commenting and liking. And for those of y'all who have subscribed, we're right about 3,200 subscribers right now. Wow. Keep them rolling in, folks. I'm really digging this. Never thought I'd get that many. But, hey, until next time, Halfmilesniper reminding y'all, stay safe, keep shooting. We'll catch you next time. Send it. Hit.